Hi everybody, Mature Simmer here. So welcome back to the PGA Tour 2K23 and my career grind as I work through playing now at master difficulty, just trying to get some strokes in and getting more consistent and hopefully doing a better job at the game overall. Goal remains the same as it has since I switched to master difficulty many weeks back, which is make a cut. So we'll see what we can do. We are at an alternate event this week. Obviously we're not doing great, being that our FedEx Cup standings are 155. So we did not make whatever event it was as we sit and wind down this third season here. So let's jump in.
2K Sports and the PGA Tour, proud to bring you the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today's coverage of the Miller Championship is about to begin.
Alright, low wind. That's always a nice thing. Alright, so we're just going to hit it straight down the middle, and that should give us enough opportunity if we waver a little bit to go from there.
And let's see what he can do here today.
So, a little closer to the right than I would have assumed, but...
And Henny, what are you seeing down there?
He's got, I'd say a solid 145 here.
Alright. So, I've been trying to hit, make sure I hit short, because again, with the overpowering that I tend to do, it was pointed out, like something like this where I'm already kind of 6 yards away, I'm likely going to overdrive the hole, and so that when I'm always like, wow, that was further than I thought, people are like, well, but it really isn't. Like, you could have seen it, you're just not doing your calculations correctly. A little bit more slow than I would have liked.
Getting ready to play their third.
Alright, this is within flop range. So we'll go ahead with that. Alright.
Let's see if you can make this.
Pretty solid, but uphill a little bit, it looks like.
He's got a chance.
Alright. A little closer to the edge of the cup than I would like. So, a little nervous as it was rolling. I'd be up front with that. It's like, oh no. Because that was close enough. It was a little out of gimme range, but not a whole lot. So.
Going with the 4-iron here.
A little bit of a bad swing path is the cause there, but bounced on, bounced over.
Beautifully judged. 11 feet left to the hole.
Well, very close to just straight on, so I think we're going to leave it because it basically evens itself out on the way to the hole, I think. Just it is downhill, so I just want to be careful not to over tap it. So it did exactly that. Made me a little nervous on the way, but then line back up a little bit.
1 under for the day. And now teeing off on this par 4 hole.
All right. Not the cleanest, but still within acceptable limits for what I tend to be doing.
We have a bad lie here in the second cut.
Alright, this is probably going to be closer to where I need. It took a little while to do the figures in my head. Looks like a pretty straight line.
Opting for the 6-iron.
Alright, we're on target.
Yeah, this is looking good.
This would be a great up and down.
A little more aggressive, but let's see how we can do here. Ooh.
Went down.
That was close. I liked it. Alright, that's close enough that I should be able to just tap it in, kind of power through the brakes, as has been explained by some folks. That
for the event. Teeing off here at the 4th. Seems like they got an abundance of swing thoughts going on there. Perhaps paralysis by analysis.
perhaps.
That's a chunky
I will not
play.
disagree with that.
All their talents to get out of this
It
one.
was a bit more deliberate than I would normally do. All right, wow, the heavy rough here is heavy.
Opting for the 4-iron here.
All right, but we are back on the fairway. That's important.
Yeah, that's the right option. You should never compound an error with another one.
All right. So wind back at me. That will obviously push things back a little bit. Ooh. Well, luckily we're on. Actually, not terrible, but not
What's in front of them, Henny?
a sure thing, that's for sure.
This will be a good one.
A little bit too far up.
6 feet remaining to the cup.
This is what they have left for par here.
Oh no.
Yeah,
Ooh.
you'll take that.
It did bounce around. I mean, it was powering through the brake, and then as it was going to the edge, I was just worried it was going to lip out.
Currently in the lead.
Kind of did. It played around with it a little bit, but it was okay.
8 days a week, that rhythm works.
It does, it does, it does.
Second shot here on the 5th.
So I'm just being a little bit more deliberate. I don't know about deliberate, but I guess, you know, taking some feedback to heart that I had recently from folks, that, you know, long putts, they're going to be hard. You know, I do feel like, hey, I got a good shot. I should make this. But they're like, you know, when you're like, oh my God, I can't believe I missed it from 50 feet. That seems a little goofy because it's logical that you're going to miss it. It's a long way. So I'm doing a little less commentary of whatever. And it's not that I was not feeling that. It just, all
with the third shot. Just one stroke back and right.
right. Oh boy. I'm worried with the rough, honestly, like that the chip, because the problem is I don't know how. I guess I can keep chipping up, so let's see. I don't know that I've ever tried to chip this far, but let's see. Hopefully this won't go too crazy. I've certainly never used a 6-iron to chip. But, well, I got there, but again, it chips pretty much of a shot, but it did barely get up to the fringe, so I think I had to do what I did.
Gotta try and save the par here.
Alright, this is downhill a long, long way. So just trying to see where that is and just be gentle with it so that we're not,
Oh, gee, that line was looking good, wasn't it?
still too hard,
This
but
next putt is for bogey.
15 feet away, that was a pretty substantial overroll. All right.
That's a good putt to make, that one.
I was not sure if that was going to come
Staying
back.
by a couple of strokes
And I
now.
couldn't really tell when the camera angle changed. I'm
Let's see
like,
what happens here on the 6th.
So, glad to see it went in.
Go get the last and focus in on this one. Oh, the dreaded not going straight ball.
That's kind of my normal. I'm always a little fast, a little slow. It just kind of happens. All right. Not as bad. I was like,
Looks
you
to
know,
be
it's...
going with the 4 iron.
I mean, the slow didn't help, but I'm like, it looks like it's laying a little bit not flat, and it was.
Getting ready to play their third. Just a couple back from our leader.
All right, I'm going to leave it with this because taking that amount off of the flop, it's going to be well short. All right, not a smooth stroke, but it worked out pretty well.
For par here.
So I'm not going to go too far over, but it's going to move a bit.
Surely it's going to.
Ooh, it almost
That gets the job
almost
done.
moved more than that bit, but
So,
got me there.
leaderboard there,
Still
remaining
even.
overall.
7 in, so not bad.
176 yards.
I'm going to back off one because we are below.
Scary about this hole, to be fair. Players are going to be going in with some sort of short, maybe middle iron here. However, they got to avoid getting careless and going to sleep on this hole. It's just 176 yards, as you said. I think it's a good opportunity for birdie unless they get careless and leave one out to the right.
Well, I left one out to the left, so you could argue about how careless that was, but it was not great. Ah, poor swing, but we got a gift roll on that.
This putt right on 12 feet to the hole.
Ooh. Ooh. Lots of movement. But where?
This is a good chance.
All right. But just par still.
Well done. He finds himself in a share of 11th. Let's see what happens here at the 8th.
All right. A little bit more wind. Wind picked up a bit. It's been found that 2-3 mile an hour range till now.
He didn't get that one cleanly.
No.
That one's hooking.
Seems like I'm dialed into fast today. Last
Even for the day.
dozen rounds, half dozen rounds, I've been at slow regularly, but fast has settled in. All right, got ourselves. Whoa, that.
Just let that shot
So
go.
one thing I don't know how to do is kind of calculate, like, all right, well, I'm kind of guessing that, well, the fairway's about that. I'm losing 80%. I'm not going to drive it, but I don't know if there's a way to put a marker out. I suppose I could try to just move the marker back and forth, and it might, well, yeah, no, because when you move it, see, it doesn't change the distance. So I'm just not sure how I could measure that out. Let's see if I just go to normal and then come back, because this would be... Problem is it's 87%, so I'm not really losing a lot. So even here I'm losing maybe 11 yards. If I hit it really well, obviously I could go, but then that puts me at 88. We're losing 3 more, it's at 86, like I'm overdriving the hole no matter what I do, so I almost have to pitch with the wedge here, I think. That's way too far, so we're going to have to give it a go with this and hope it gets close enough. All right, decent swing, but nah. Shoot.
That was never really a comfortable shot for them, was it?
Not easy to find the green coming out of the rough.
All right, I'm going to try to slow it down with the back roll a little bit. And it's also going to hit off a little to the side. Still too far. But at least we held on.
Move into the top 10.
I think I was tied for the... Oh, I'm tied for 11 now. Like I thought I was in the top 10. I was tied.
This is on a great line.
Ah, darn.
This is a bogey putt coming up.
All right, this should be pretty straight in.
That's a good putt to hold for a bogey.
But gets me out of the top 10, I'm sure. Whoa, down to 44.
Closing hold of the outward half at Pothole Lake Golf
Alright.
Club is a short 4 under 400 yards.
Can't get too greedy on this
Oh,
one. At 383, players will be
not a
enticed
solid
to try and go
timing,
for
but
let's face it,
we
you're
stayed
really
on,
not
but
gonna be able to get it on this green. Go ahead,
it's a
lay it
short
back
par
off
4,
the tee,
so
find the fairway, just a
able
short
to
wedge for your second. This is a
get
birdie
it
hole,
up here.
again, unless you get careless.
Alright, I'm worried about that lie and kicking toward the water. Ooh. Somehow that could not recover the timing. Alright, off the
Bit
path.
disappointing, that one. Getting ready to play their third. 5 shots
Alright,
off the lead.
let's see. I'm going to try this. Can't tell what the lie is, but I think the path's going a little bit that way if I'm looking at it visually. Alright, it's decent. Rolls
Their
off.
4th shot. 5 strokes behind our leader. How close was that to
So,
going down?
good pitch,
This
but
one's for bogey.
a little bit of popping all over the fairway, and
Two
you
bogeys
end up with
in a
that.
row, never a good sign.
Nope.
Now playing a little defensively.
2 great shots are required here.
So this is a point in the game where, yeah, I'm going to share a little bit of my headspace, because, yeah, this is where I start to then, like, I can feel it getting away from me. I don't know how else to explain it. And I think I need to just be like, hey, all I got to do is play my game, one swing at a time, instead of, like, thinking about the big picture, so to say, of, like, oh my God, I'm already 2 over and I'm only halfway through the round. This is terrible. You know, those are the things that start playing in my head. I thought I had taken a few deep breaths and gotten myself down. Oh, wow.
And here we are with the 3rd shot.
Well, that hurt.
5 shots off the pace.
Holy shankopotamus!
All
Look
right.
at this shot.
So this is the challenge I have,
Well, Rich,
where people have rightfully pointed it out. Like,
He's gonna need
I get in this
incredible
point where I
stretch of
can't
luck to get this
recover,
out with any momentum going forward to get it on the green.
and then it just compounds because it just keeps staying bad. So,
No harm, no foul there
and
with
sometimes
that
I
shot.
don't know that I feel I
This
fully
is their
recovered,
5th
because sometimes not doing a tee shot is enough, that it works out. But again, I'm at a bogey unless somehow this holds out.
looks to be going with the 5-iron. That's a bad error to make there. That's headed right. That was a
But
bit of a miscue.
welcome to master difficulty.
Another missed green in regulation. My oh my, this has been a long day.
But that's the chip I needed.
Great touch.
So
Really
again,
nicely played.
looking at the hole at this point is overall, after
Okay, let's head to
a
the next.
couple bad
Trailing
things
by
off
8
the
strokes
tee,
now after that hole. Let's see what happens here at the
you know, at least I pulled it back in.
The harmony on that swing.
Yeah,
was
we're good.
awesome.
All right. I somehow was thinking, ooh, I might overdrive into the rough, and then as it started coming down, I'm like, are you crazy? Nowhere near that, but
You really got that one out there. Fantastic drive.
all right. Perfectly flat lie.
All right, we're going with an extra
Little bit of a
club here.
loop on my swing there. I
That's inside the house of opportunity.
obviously want to try to avoid those things.
What are we looking at for this putt, Henny?
Wow.
All right, down the
It's
hill
really
here, very
fast up
gentle.
there, so this is interesting. This is just a get it close kind of thing. Yeah, I did not take that lie in. Oh wow! Oh wow! The whole hole is downhill, obviously.
Downhill,
Whew.
all the way, down grain just a bit. They let it
Wow.
away from him.
Yeah, I
Putt
did.
coming up
That
here.
was a lot. Over, maybe? No, it's not, but at least the pace is better. So that should give me a pretty good shot here.
It's a good
but
bogey in the end.
it's still a bogey. So that is,
And a little
I need to
slide
get
down the
off that
standings after
slide.
that hole.
Exactly that. I need
Now
to.
teeing off on the 12th hole.
Slides are fun when you're a
Solid bogey at
kid,
the last to see if
not
they
when
can
you're
bounce back
golfing.
after that.
All right, wind helping me out, so I'm going to back off a bit.
Chosen the pitching wedge
All
here.
right, and pulling it
This one looks
over,
like
but
it's going left.
distance was what I
A
wanted.
little off the target
If
with
I
that
look
one.
at where it
Bridge
ended up.
regulation today has been absolutely abysmal, and that is reflective on their scorecard.
All right, still a good, slow, you know, I'm within timing range, so not too bad.
This putt is about 16
But I'm
feet.
making the putt challenging with this distance, that's for sure.
Tracking.
Oh,
That's a good
Oof.
par. You'll take it.
that
And
was
there's the
really
scorecard
getting
suggests
close to
moving up
missing.
the leaderboard.
So
Let's see
I'm
what happens here on the 13th
reading,
hole,
not
shall we?
reading quite right. Kind of sadly my standard again.
That swing reminded me of smooth jazz.
All
Great
right.
win.
216. We've got wind. It's going to give me probably 4 because it's not straight on. Then I'm losing 5. So in theory, I'm going to land, but then I'm probably driving it another 10 yards. All right. I'm going to make a bit of an adjustment. We'll see how this works out. All right, well, it's as cool, smooth of a swing and as on as I would get. All right, well,
Yep, that one's on the dance floor. You can two-putt that for sure.
it didn't roll up. I should be able to two-putt it. I agree, if I don't go
He's
nuts
making a
here.
20 foot. This will be a good putt to hole. Their boldness paid
You know what,
off.
I'm going to
They've
go
got
up a
this for the
little bit
eagle.
more on my move. Not enough.
Looks pure.
Still
That was a gallant
is under the hole.
This putt coming up is for birdie.
All right. So it's going to move, so I'm going to go past the edge a bit.
Ooh, nice line.
All right.
Ooh.
Those are ones I tend to miss. I wanted to kind of share again what I'm thinking in case I did.
A one-stroke advantage.
Just so folks could be like, nah, that's not the hole. Be like, there wasn't enough of a break
See if they can
there.
deliver another one.
Just, again, help me learn a little bit, but it's always good to get a stroke back. All right, we're going to gain 6. So that's going to be past the hole. Should be okay here.
Looks
All
to be
right,
going with the
decent. I mean, it says slow, but it's
Chosen to club it
kind of
down
touching the
this
line there, so
That's just inside the range. 13 feet to the cup.
This for a birdie run. Oh, that was such a good stroke.
yeah. I need to stop and listen to my inner voice that's telling me
Coming up here.
it's not enough, it's not enough. But sometimes I feel that inner voice misleads me. Like that.
Ouch, that hurts.
That does hurt.
Putting for bogey here.
Shoot.
Sitting at 6 over for the day. Well, let's get amongst this 15.
It's always hurt when you're like you got one back and then you just hand it right back again. That's way too common for me. All the way back. Like that's been my game since the start. It's just disappointing that way.
Okay, let's get those two important things back. Timing and tempo.
Ooh, well, that'll get me some distance. But
And what's in front of
hopefully
the
it doesn't line me up on the
Yeah,
trees too
perhaps
poorly.
175, I'd say.
Alright, so I'm trying to make sure I'm clear of that tree, but I mean, well, you know what, I can just curve it and try that. I don't want to aim too far over and then have an issue. So this is still going to be 150. I'm going to go there. I don't want to overdrive it again, but I don't want to be super short. It's lying straight. All right, around the tree at least, but
Wow,
still,
did this come out beautifully.
almost too far over.
Find the green on this one.
Tried to draw that one, but scribbled outside the lines.
I don't do that many draws, so
Oh, I thought that one was going.
not surprising that's commentary I've never heard before, but that was correct.
An important par save.
That's well held.
It is an important par save, especially with that kind of
Now at 6 over
bogey run in the center of the round here.
Up the leaderboard.
the 16th here at
Ooh.
Pothole Lake Golf Club.
Now again, mental headspace, that giant body of water, I just start swirling. And I try to bring it in, but clearly sometimes it doesn't work. So,
Which would you rather hit it to? I'm taking the rough 7 days a week. Second shot from
and there we go.
Really, you
Subconscious
want
just
to
seems
hit
to
as close to the
win.
screen as possible.
I don't know why,
Out to the right
but it
is
does.
Just fine, setting up a pretty simple pitch to get it up and down for that birdie.
Just stay on lines. Oh boy, that high bounce is not going to help anybody. Now just stop rolling. Stop rolling. Thank
That's
you.
really not what we were looking for.
Oh, Henny, that looks like a putrid lie. Is it bad?
Looks like they have a bad
All right,
lie
so we're
here
going to
in
be
the second
down
cut. This is not sitting nicely.
160. Again, I should be on the, well, I don't like the lie, so I'm going to aim a little more that way. Oh, well, the lie got me. I clearly I was off, and now it's going to be in the water, and now
That's a water ball.
now I've killed,
That's a heavy
I
line
probably
this player's
killed my
drawn.
round. Yeah, that lie, like, just toasted me. Yeah, so you can see how severe that is.
All right, now it's time for lucky number 7.
Sorry, a little bit of cough there. And then it turned into a sneeze, which I either cut out or you just have a long wait there. Oy, oy, oy. What do we do here? I know going back to the 4-wood, like this is just like no man's land here. I don't like it. I do not like it, Sam I am. Alright, solid swing. It's just, is it way too far? No, I think it'll be alright, especially given that I'm driving the green with a wood.
That's tidy. And this next putt is for triple bogey.
But yeah,
Short game has been especially
now I'm going to
sharp
be
today.
above
Very
10.
impressive.
Downhill. Oh.
Steady now.
Again, misread
What's in
it.
front of them, Henny, in
Misread
this
it
putt?
for
Setting
sure.
up this putt 10 feet from the cup.
Hey, nice looking line. Yeah,
But-
I'll take that.
You know, we're in that range, unfortunately, and again, it's that headspace that I'm in. It's like,
At a par 4.
have I
Really
put
well
myself
made
out of it?
defensively.
Wow. I don't know. This may be biting off more than I can chew, but if I don't play what I should play, because again, with the overpowering and the lower lie, it's going to be close, but I should be able to hit that distance. Alright, well, other than the swing... shoot.
This one could get wet.
Other than if I had a cleaner swing... So,
Henny's
go
down
big or
there.
go home. That was definitely the... sadly, we were told to go home. But I had to go for it.
Going with the
Man.
pitching wedge here.
Let's see. How
Good
far?
looking
How
shot here.
far?
That's headed towards the green.
Rolled out a little more.
But if he can make this.
Okay, this is pretty straight on. Oh, it's going to make a liar out of me. So maybe I misread that. It
And
looked
17 feet
like
remaining to
very
go.
little movement.
Looking
Oh,
That's frustrating.
well, it was a good
And gets
attempt,
home
but
bogey for double bogey.
double bogey now. Again, that would have been
Currently 12
a
over
couple
for the
strokes less, I guess, if I hadn't hit in the water. Would have been a par, but
Coming off that double bogey, can they get their mind right?
exactly. That is always my test. I'm compensating a bit for the likelihood that I'm going to hit it fast. But it didn't compensate enough.
Right into the
So
water on that one.
these are challenging where I have a water feature the entire
Ready? That ball
length
seems
of
to
the
sit
hole.
down. Is
It's
it
just,
No,
it's hard
this is nasty.
for me.
Just no.
Still, maybe, but it'll, well, no, I got saved.
bad? This shot
I'm like,
down
it
near
still
the
might
200-yard mark.
zip into the water there, but it did not. But again, you know, we've lost the stroke. Like, this would have been the, well, I mean, I would have taken two. Like, I would have been a lot closer. Like, this would be my third shot instead of my fourth. I'm going to back off one. I don't know. I feel like I'm going to go way too far otherwise.
Going with the 6-iron here.
My goodness. The fast is just nerve-wracking
Not the result they
with
were
me
after
here.
Not taking enough club to get it there.
Poor timing. No other way to explain it. Because it wasn't a partial like my chips usually are, and somehow I guess I got off my pendulum.
And the dreaded triple bogey putt.
Yep, tracking nicely.
And another round safely in the
So, I did have, you know, 2 birdies. Pretty decent front 9, but it sadly fell apart after that.
Right
So,
from the outset of that round, it didn't look like it was going to be one of their good ones.
Yeah,
Home
that
runs, if you don't have anything
is
else to say,
pretty
don't say
rough
anything at all.
of an
My
outcome.
grandmother used to say, if you don't have anything nice to say about someone, come sit next to me and tell me all about it.
So I'm a little bit definitely in that no man's land where it's, you know, and this is what I think is just unrealistic. You know, the way I play and the level I'm at right now, thinking that I can suddenly turn around and have an amazing round, because I've had amazing rounds before. I mean, I've gotten like a 7 under at one point, but I've done that one time, you know, on master difficulty level, and you know, it just that's kind of what I would probably need to make the cut. And so again, I try to fool my headspace by saying, oh yeah, I can do it. And then as soon as I have a couple bad shots, then I'm off the rocker again, and I'm in bad shape. So I do understand that a big part, I think, of what I have going on right now is just my headspace, which has always been a problem. I think that's the natural problem of golf in general. You know, I mean, the little bit of commentary I ever watch, or even when, you know, news reporters are talking about it, you know, people have a bad game, and pros and this and that, they're like, oh, they got in their head. I mean, golf's definitely mental that way. Like, you got to execute the same way every time, and that's just where I'm struggling, because I try as I might, I'm still overthinking it. You know, I've made the comment here and there that I kind of, you know, it makes me wonder, do I just have to enter rounds and just say, I don't care, I'm just playing, I don't care what happens, and that's going to be what does it for me? But yet, like, I feel if I tell people that, and you're sitting here watching me play miserably, and you know, all I'm telling people is, yeah, I don't care. You know, eventually, unless people just want to watch me hack around the course, it's probably not going to encourage people to keep sticking with me if they think I'm not trying. But I'm absolutely always trying. So again, just sharing openly and honestly what I'm thinking. And so it's like, you know, do I say that? And, you know, those of you that watch regularly understand I don't mean it, but that's how I don't know how else to explain how I'm approaching it. But because it's that type of thing, like, I know I have the capability, And so it's more like, hey, I just need to play and stop thinking every event is the Masters. But yet, that's just how I've always done sports games. You know, it's like I want to do the best I can every time I'm playing, and so I put that pressure on myself. I guess there's no other way to say it. But with that, we've got this round in the books. We'll see what the next one brings. If you've not dropped a like or have not subscribed, please consider that. And I will see you next time.